Ukrainian refugees who are already living in Ireland are perhaps in line for cuts to their social welfare. Benefits including entitlement to a medical card also under consideration. Craig Hughes, political editor with the Irish Daily Mail, has the story and he joins me now. Craig, good morning.
Good morning, Pat.
Now, there's a special regime since the outbreak of war in Ukraine when Putin invaded, a special regime within the EU for Ukrainians.
There is. So the EU-wide deal, or status, it's called a temporary protection order. So that gave special refugee status for everyone fleeing the war in Ukraine when they arrived in Europe. So, for example, a Ukrainian coming here is automatically entitled to work. They automatically get social welfare, and they're automatically entitled to a medical card for 9 months. That's separate to if you came here from another war-torn country. You'd have to go through the international protection system as an asylum seeker, be on a social welfare payment of €38.80, and not be entitled to work for the first 6 months while your application is processed.
Now, we presume that was introduced by the EU because of how proximate Ukraine is to EU borders.
That was the argument, and I should say it wasn't accepted by everyone. Sinn Féin leader Mary Lou McDonald, for example, said in an interview with me in December that she thought that was a mistake to create a kind of hierarchy between refugees. And I guess that debate is still being played out at the moment. And what we've seen since then is a move by the government, legislation currently going through the Oireachtas, to bring Ukrainians more in line with international protection applicants. So there's legislation going through the Dáil at the moment that would reduce the welfare payments, as we know, down from their current rate of €232 a week, in line with those international protection applicants of €38.80 a week. So that's being progressed at the moment.
Yeah. Now, that will apply to people arriving after the legislation becomes law. So far, there is no change to the payments made to those already here. But that €38.80 would be paid to those who are being provided with state accommodation. Suppose a Ukrainian arrives and manages to, stay with pals or whatever. Would they be entitled, even under this new law that's going through the Oireachtas, would they be entitled to full job seekers?
They would, because this is actually raised at committee stage with the legislation last week, whereby the new reductions in welfare payments will only apply to Ukrainians who are in state-provided accommodation, in designated state-provided accommodation. So that'll be one of the new, I think, 6 designated centres where Ukrainians will stay for 90 days. Which was highly criticised at the Oireachtas committee last week. Now, from the government side, they don't think this is going to be an issue. They expect the numbers to reduce significantly coming from Ukraine because of the shift in welfare payments. But that brings us on to those already here. So at the sub-cabinet committee on Ukraine last week, which is comprised of the 3 government party leaders, of course, Minister for Social Protection Heather Humphreys, and some other senior ministers. My understanding is that Minister Humphreys floated this idea that, over time, there will be a need to reduce those core welfare payments to Ukrainians already here down further. Now, talking to people who were at that meeting last night, they said to me that, it won't happen anytime soon. They want to see the impact of the current changes they're doing. It'll likely be probably around the summertime, if needed, that's when they'll look to reduce those payments again.
Yeah. There are, 75,000 Ukrainians in Ireland. Many of them, of course, have found work and are some even running their own businesses. So there is clearly a major cohort who are available to work and who are working. We don't know how big the cohort is who are available to work, in theory, sound in wind and limb, and who are not working. We don't have detail on that.
No, apart from knowing that around 17,000 or so are in employment, and I guess you have to factor in as well, a couple of thousand again will be going through educational programs, and you'll have another couple of thousand who are, of course, minors and not able to work.
And also those who are caring for others and therefore cannot take up total employment. So is this a kite being flown by Heather Humphreys, or do you think this is morphing into government policy?
No, I think this is the start and of a pivot in the government's response, as they perhaps look to kind of 12, 18 months, 2 years down the line. I mean, if you go look at the Irish Times last week, when Minister for Integration, Roderick O'Gorman, spoke to them, and he didn't rule out the option of perhaps, paying for Ukrainians' flights to help them to return to their country, in a post-war era. So I think that's kind of representative of the government realizing that, the they had vast amounts of accommodation, in some areas in tourist hotspots that they use in an emergency response for Ukrainians isn't really sustainable long term, and they're going to struggle to provide long term accommodation for all of those people. So I guess it's a kind of a slow move towards saying, okay, there's gonna a lot of them Ukrainians are more than likely going to stay, but if there's those who wish to return home,
Yeah.
or some who might need to be incentivized to return home, they're
Yeah,
going to
I
kind of
presume
progress that
one
as
of the
well.
significant aspects of this perhaps pivot in policy was the observation that many Ukrainians who'd found refuge in other EU countries then moved from those EU countries after spending a while there to Ireland, realizing that the social welfare benefits were considerably better in Ireland. And the whole idea is to make them no less, no more attractive than they would be in other EU countries.
Exactly, and I think there's a bit of research done by the Oireachtas library that points that point out exactly that Ireland had the highest welfare rate for Ukrainians in the EU. So it again, it is all about just bringing us more into line with the rest of our European colleagues.
Craig Hughes, political editor with the Irish Daily Mail. Thank you very much.